Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Malami press conference today has been an epoch-making event, considering what he has told Nigerians about the two major agitators in the country. I mean, it's laughable at some point, especially when you're talking about the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Virtually everything that has ever happened in Nigeria is being poured on the man. I'm just wondering, oh my God, what is going on? Even if somebody hit his leg on the ground, they will mention it is him that caused it. Everything, any key event, negative event that took place in Nigeria, it's still traceable to him. I just wondered, what has NSAS to do with him? He spoke like every other person, speak out. Now, whatever he said, every other person had said it at one point or the other, but it was quite shocking that his name is now topmost, as if he was even the one that convened the whole thing and all of that. But guess what? Nigerians have started reacting to the charge put both on Nnamdi Kanu and also on Sunday Igboho, and you're going to hear some of the reactions. We're still waiting to see more come in, because these people are actually, they have regions that they come from, and people need to start speaking on their behalf. But first of all, we're going to be looking at Nnamdi Kanu's own and get to hear what people are saying, key individual, because I know a lot of people are putting up their comment. But let's look at what Reno Omokri has to tell the federal government about the issue or the charges and the blame put on Nnamdi Kanu, especially concerning the hashtag #EndSARS. According to the news, the popular critic and ex-presidential aide Reno Omokri has dragged the federal government and Buhari's administration out over a recent report alleging that the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, hijacked the hashtag #EndSARS protest and instigated what happened there. The federal government, in a statement through Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, disclosed that Kanu used the hashtag #EndSARS protest to incite violence and also the hacking down of security agents. Despite the proscription of IPOB by the federal government, Nnamdi Kanu continued the subversive campaign, instigating and inciting broadcasts to direct members of the IPOB to launch diverse attack on government. The #EndSARS protest of October 2020 played into the sinister plan of Nnamdi Kanu, whereby he seized the protest through subversive and inciting online broadcasts and actively commanded and directed on security personnel and facility. That was part of what his statement reads. Omokri, in reaction to the report, wrote on social media that the attempt by the discredited Buhari regime to link Nnamdi Kanu to the hashtag #EndSARS movement is an act of pathetic desperation. #EndSARS was unplanned and is leaderless and has nothing to do with Kanu or IPOB. The Buhari junta should grasp at facts, not at straw. That is what he has to say about the issue that is currently trending on social media. Let's also look at the comment of Afenifere about what was said concerning Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho. The Apex organization, according to their word, has reacted to a statement by Nigerian Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, that Yoruba activist Sunday Igboho has tied to insurgency. On Friday afternoon, Malami, in a statement made available, disclosed that an investigation on Igboho's finances uncovered a link to a jail BH terror financier Abubakar Mohammed Surajo. However, in response to the development, Afenifere, in a press statement signed by its Secretary General Chief Shola Abiseni, described Malami's statement as illogical reasoning. The federal government, with its Attorney General, will not stop amusing themselves with illogical reasoning on the nationality question. It is expected that the AG would be guided by the standard of a reasonable man, which is a central test in legal inquiry before addressing the public. This time around, the team set up by him at the time he is hell-bent on nailing Igboho has satisfied his emotional expectation, but in a most unreasonable and tenuous manner by suggesting that Sunday Igboho, a Yoruba nation campaigner, would be on the same sponsorship with BH, that's Boko Boys. Only someone with pathological hatred for Igboho and insult to the Yoruba nation will find a common bait for Yoruba nation agitation and BH, which is known to act in tandem with the Fulani headsmen whose acts were responsible for Igboho's campaign. The whole world knows what Igboho stood and still stands for, and his peaceful modus operandi in spite of the unwarranted invasion of his house, which was aimed at his life by the federal government. It is of amusing cruelty that the federal government, which was unable to defend itself of terror against Igboho, and for which it was handed 20 billion naira in aggravated damage, would turn around that Igboho received less than 200 million naira to sponsor terrorism since 2013, when Igboho had never been heard of, and when Major General Muhammadu Buhari, as former military head of state then, was campaigning for Sharia as a law of general application in Nigeria. The federal government and its security agencies should better pay the damages awarded against them, apologize to Igboho and his household for the acts committed against the peaceful campaigner. The federal government may continue to play the ostrich. The whole world knows those who enacted, engineered, and continue to promote insurgency in the country. Wow, that's a big one coming from Afenifere. Most Nigerians are really waiting to hear what Nnamdi Kanu will also say in this regard, because I'm telling you, the press release was quite disturbing to a lot of people, and some of these things we need to paint it in a good light. In other words, we need to investigate it completely before we draw any conclusion, because it goes an extra mile in denting the images of those people which they may have preserved for so long a time. We all know, according to the law of the land, that seceding from the country is not actually a crime, and it shouldn't be treated in that light. Rubbing everything that had ever happened in the country on one person or the other, for me, will go an extra mile in aggravating the situation. And if truly we want Nigeria to be what we have always wanted it to be, all of these things should be brought very low. We shouldn't hasten it this way, so that at the end of the day, we don't end up losing everything that our fathers, our heroes that have passed, had worked for. I mean, it's overly important. Let's look at a roundtable situation whereby we can come together and resolve all these crises in different parts of the country than to aggravate it day after day. I like to